Guys, how are you? So today is a very special day. It's my special day. Yay! It's my birthday finally. And just recently I just posted a video of my health journey. So before my surgery on Monday, I would like to share with you one of my favorite cake and my daughter's favorite cake from the Philippines, and this is the Black Forest cake by Red Ribbon. So let's go and let's get baking.
Hello, Taray.
So this is our one bottle of this is the peated cherries. You can also use the fresh ones. You just need to reserve 16 pieces of cherries. So I've reserved 16 pieces of that because we'll use that for our toppings. So just add half cup of the syrup back and 4 more tablespoons. Okay, so what we're doing is our cherry filling. Okay, we're going to put this in the stove, and then we're also going to add our cornstarch mixture. So I'll pause this video and I'll come back. A tablespoon of cornstarch. Okay. And we will leave this until it's thick, and then we're also going to add a cherry liqueur. Okay, I can't really say if this is optional or not, because this will really give you that Black Forest taste, that significant Black Forest taste. So I feel like if you don't have these, then you know it's not a real Black Forest. But you can omit this if you don't want any liquor. But yeah, this will add, you know, like a huge flavor into your Black Forest. So this is really important. You're gonna add 1/4 cup of these. Okay, I don't know if I have enough, but I'm going to add this later on once we turn off the heat. So I'm just waiting for this to boil, and then once it's thick enough, once I have the consistency that I like, then I'll turn it off. Okay, so for me, this is the consistency that I like. See, if you can see in the spatula, you can already see it there. So I can turn this off, because once this cools down, it's gonna become a bit thicker. So I like this consistency. I'm gonna turn the heat off now, and then I'm going to add my cherry liqueur. Okay, and then we'll just leave this here until it cools down, and then once we're ready for it, we'll just transfer this later. If you want this to cool down quickly, you can transfer it in a separate bowl, but since I'm not in a rush, I can just leave it there until I'm ready for it. Okay, so that's our cherry filling, and now we'll start doing our chocolate cake. Hello guys, we're back. So now we're going to do our chocolate cake. So I just prepared a heart-shaped pan, but you can use a round pan. So for this recipe, you might need to double the recipe, okay, especially if you're doing a round 10 inches cake. because the last time I made this, I was able to do 2 layers of 8 inches round cake. Okay, so I've just did the recipe. If I need to add more, I'm just gonna make another batch of this. Okay, so we're having a celebration like what I said earlier, so everyone is moving around because my son is also making the kare-kare and the crispy pata. Okay, so now in this bowl I've got the sugar and the salt because we're not going to sift them. Okay, and then on the other bowl I've got the cocoa powder and the flour mixture. So I'm just gonna add them here into our sifter, and I'm just going to sift them together because especially with the cocoa powder, it's much easier to work with the cocoa powder when you've sifted them. So I'll just continue doing this until I've sifted everything, and I'm also going to sift the baking soda and the baking powder, and then we'll come back and then we'll continue doing this chocolate cake. See ya. Alright guys, we're back. So I've already sifted all our dry ingredients. So now we're going to proceed with our liquids. So I've got the eggs here. I've got 2 medium-sized eggs. I just made a well in the center so I can put them in there. And then I've got in this jug, I've got the milk and the oil. So don't worry, I'll put the ingredients, the list of the ingredients in the description box. Okay. And while we were doing this, I've also preheated my oven. So it's 180 degrees Celsius. And I'm just gonna add 2 teaspoons of the vanilla. This is just the imitation, but you can use the vanilla extract. It'll give you much flavor with that. But if you don't have it, the imitation is fine. And we're just going to give it a good mix. Now this is going to be really thick, but what we wanted is a loose type of cake. So we're going to add 1 cup of boiled water in this mixture. So we want to mix this first, and once this is smooth, then we'll start adding the boiled water. It needs to be hot. Okay, so after, maybe boil it while you're while you're starting this, and then just leave it there. It will still be hot once you're ready to use it. Oh gosh, I miss baking so much. I haven't done any baking for a while, and I haven't done any cooking for a while. So this is my happy place. By the way guys, if you're new to this channel, my name is Annalyn, and this is Simple Life in Australia. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please click that subscribe button and the bell next to that so you can be notified every time we post a new video. So you'll always be updated every time there's a new one. See how rich that chocolate is? I wanted it to be a little bit thinner, so I'm just gonna grab my boiled water, and then just a cup, a measuring cup. You need 1 cup of that. But instead of pouring the whole lot in one go, I'm just gonna do it like half first, and then mix it thoroughly until you know they are even, and then I'll start adding the next one. So I don't have that strips of white anymore, So I'll continue adding that. Yep, and then the last one. Ooh, look at that. Just be very careful when you're mixing this because it's hot. You don't want to scald yourself. But I love doing this type of chocolate cake because, you know, there's no rule like you need to fold it, be careful and something like that. You don't want to, like when you're making chiffon cake, like it's very delicate. With this one you can go and get crazy. You just do it like that and it's okay. So I've mentioned earlier, I've lined the cake, I've lined the bottom of the pan at the cake, and then I've also sprayed some canola oil at the bottom and on the sides so that later it won't be difficult to release the cake. Okay, so I think I've mixed this already. It's evenly mixed. I don't have any more streaks of that white. And then just want to do that with my spatula. Because sometimes when you do this with your spatula, you can still see some flour. So we're just going to transfer it into our prepared pan. That looks so good. So I don't think I'll be needing any more. I mean, I don't need to make another batch of this batter. I think this is enough. Our oven is ready, and then we're just going to put it in there. Now we've preheated this at 180 degrees, but you know me, I don't bake at 180 degrees because I feel like that's too hot. I wanted my cake, you know, to take its time to cook so it's even, but I will still have that dough in the middle, but it's fine. It's nothing to worry about. So let's bake this and we'll come back when we're ready to frost this cake. See ya. Hello guys, we're back. So we've done baking our cake. So I've already torqued them and they are cooling down in our wire rack. So while that's cooling down, we're gonna do our frosting. So I have in this bowl I've got 3 cups of thickened cream or heavy cream that I got from Woolies, and then I've got my icing sugar here. So I'm just going to add the icing sugar here. Okay, now the tip for making your whipped cream is to put your whisk attachment in the fridge with the bowl. The bowl that where you're going to add your heavy cream or thickened cream. Okay, now I'm just mixing it a little bit so that it doesn't create, you know, like a powder thing when you turn on the mixer. Okay, and then another tip is to do it slowly. Okay, don't get tempted on pressing on that turbo or mixing it really fast, because that's one of the reasons why it doesn't whip properly. So we'll just use one and we'll start whipping. So as you can see, it's now getting thicker and it's starting to form its body. Not yet done. I wanted it to be stiff. Okay, so once it's doing that, it's ready. And what I want to do with this is I put this in the fridge. So not really stiff bake, but just so that it can hold its shape, and that's all we needed for our frosting. Okay, and then I'll pop this back in the fridge, and I'll take it out when I'm ready to ice my cake. Alright, I'll see you later. I'll come back when we're ready to assemble the cake. See you. Hello guys, we're back. So we're now ready to assemble our cake. So I'll just put a little bit of that icing at the bottom. Just remove that. And then we're going to start layering our cake. So this is a very nice cake, especially for beginners, because Black Forest cake, they're very forgiving, you know. I think the only how do I say that? The only challenging part is doing the frosting, the icing. If you're not familiar with whipped cream, it might be a challenge, but it's not that hard if you follow the steps that I told you earlier. I'm just gonna get a separate bowl. So I would normally put, you know, my icing in a separate bowl so that I don't get any crumbs here. Even if you have crumbles in your icing, it's okay, because later on you're gonna add chocolate on the side, so it doesn't really matter. I just realized. So this is our filling that we did earlier. I'm so disorganized. But yeah, you can either just put the icing on the side like a border and then put the filling in the middle. You can do that. Or you can just go straight and do what I'm doing. See, that's the thing with a shaped cake. You have to be precise. That you are getting the right angle, the right cut. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to pop this in the fridge, and we'll come back and we'll finish the croissant. I keep on saying croissant. The croissant. So we're gonna add some croissants on the side. I'm gonna do some borders here as well, because we've got lots of whipped cream to use, so it should be fine. Alright, we'll come back. See you. Hello guys, we're back. So this is now the cake that we did earlier. So now I'm just gonna add that chocolate on the side. So my setup, I've got a tray, it's on top of a turntable, and then I put something underneath as well. So because the whipped cream is very soft, I used to just hold it and then tilt it and then add the chocolate on the side, but it's aside from the fact that it's super heavy, it's also not stable to do that. So I'll just do it this way. That way I'm not holding the cake and I'm not tilting it. So just do that. Okay. Pop this back into the fridge, and then we'll start doing our croissants. Hello guys, we're back. So we're gonna finish this cake. I'm just gonna add some whipped cream, and then we'll start making our crescents. That we separated earlier, so I just put it back into that pan where we cooked our cherries earlier, and I'm just going to put that right there on top. The reason why I added it back is because I wanted that cherry liqueur. Oops, I wanted that to be with my cherries, so it doesn't look flat, you know, you still have that syrup drizzling. There you go. So this is now our finished Black Forest cake. Hope you guys enjoy this recipe, and like what I said earlier, I'm going to put all the ingredients down at the description box so you can follow the video. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel and you like this video, please click that subscribe button and the bell next to that so you can be notified every time we post a new video. So until then, I'll let you know what happened to my surgery. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It was a lovely birthday present. Thank you, and God bless. Stay safe. See you next time. Bye.